No, you're right. This does mark an interesting time, and I've often noticed with Axie, like it feels like we can slow down a little bit. We're always um, focused on wanting to jump to the next thing. You know, our community moves really fast. They always want new releases. They want shiny stuff. But sometimes we got to remember, like, you just got to take a step back and let some people catch up a little bit. Let some people dive into
Right.
Origin for the first time and really enjoy that experience. I think we're learning that with
Agree.
esports and tournaments. We need to give people some room to try and fail and learn and try again and do better and go through that process a couple times. And we'll see, I think, with that iterative process over time, that's how you build a really strong, loyal, dedicated community that is tough and skilled and experienced and has been through the ringer and knows how to roll with the punches. And that's what we're building towards. It's definitely not
Agree.
perfect yet. That's why we're in alpha. So this is such an exciting time. All right. Well,
Agree.
feel free to give the boys the signal to hop on in.
Yeah. Let's go. So Spamandrice, and Ralo are both ready. So are you gonna spectate Spam?
Yes, that was my
Yeah.
plan.
Challenge. No. All right, they're gonna challenge each other.
So is there something specific of who challenges who that we're trying to look out for?
Yes,
there?
I just told them to take turns. So Spam will challenge.
Is that to tell who goes first and who goes second?
Yeah.
And remind us,
Here's-
what's the
here's now.
mechanic? Is whoever challenges goes first?
Yeah, whoever. Yeah, you're right. Whoever challenges will be the first one.
Okay.
So like, there is actually like it depends on the lineup. So sometimes it is an advantage to go first. Sometimes it's a disadvantage. So pretty interesting to see how this one works out.
I see.
All right, I think they're ready. Are they?
I have a visual bug on my list that shows Spamandrice twice, but I think one of them is actually RuthlessRedge, who got mislabeled somehow. Here we go. All right. And I'm in. Okay. So,
Awesome.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm Zyori, he's Nyx, and this is the first best of 3, game number 1. We've got Ralo versus Spam and Rice here. Nyx, break it down for us. What are we working with? We've got common runes and charms only, so keeping it simple there. A leftover potion in the front. Sorry, go ahead, sir.
No, like it's good. They're actually pretty similar runes, except except the beast tank for Spam here has leftover potion. They're pretty standard runes. I like it. There's really no pay to win advantage on either team as of yet.
Yeah, so Ralo going just all damage extra here. Tough strike, classic stuff. Oh yeah,
like
I guess we'll have some
I like
spectator delay
the-
too. That's what we're waiting on here. If anyone's wondering why they're not playing cards, it will start once we're caught up. So this is obviously so you can't cheat if people want to do tournaments and battle each other. There's a little bit of a delay there, and this also gives you time to be able to evaluate the axes and look. You know, if you don't know what the parts are, for example, if you don't know what all the runes are, this gives you time to evaluate, kind of like the loading screen a little bit, if you will, Nyx.
Yeah, I like Rale's team. I think it's pretty interesting. If you look at his tank or like his frontliner, it's just a normal Aqua, but it's not tanky, right? If you think about it, guys. But his midliner and his backliner has taunt skills, which means at any point in time, like if he wants to, absorb damage away from the tank, he can do so with Eggshell and Cactus. So it's a pretty interesting lineup.
And
he's playing a non-standard tank.
My resolution is slightly off, so sorry about that, folks. The bottom of the screen is barely getting cut off there. I'll adjust it after this match. It's weird.
Okay, we see a few bleeds there on both sides.
Rage stacking up though. This is pretty nice for Spam, because with the Rage, it gives you extra damage along the way, right? You want to get to the Fury form, obviously, for the 10 stacks, but it also gives you value along the way, so it's pretty solid.
Wow. Oh, that's nice. I didn't notice his tank had Shiba. So Shiba's so good right now because you only need to be below 75% HP to trigger the +4 rage. That's why he has a lot of rage going on now. Interesting build.
So who's actually got the advantage right now? Ralo with 3 axes, but Spam's pretty healthy. He's got 8 rage on the backliner.
You can't ever count out like a rage taxi. Like that's the thing. Like, he could, if he gets rage and he has all the cards, he could just keep throwing all the cards and have almost endless, endless attacks there. But
Got a little
yeah,
bubble going on now for Ralo, and there's the Fury. Huge damage, 250 onto the midliner. And that's a
boom.
kill on the midliner now. Spam maybe
Yeah,
looking to
good
be in okay
point.
shape.
Yeah, good point here by Josh, who in the chats, right? As we mentioned earlier, the taunt juggles, it's benefiting Ralo right now. But there we go, the rage. That's what we're talking about. Could,
Not going to
wipe
have
out.
enough damage for a kill here. The question is, will Spam have enough damage for a kill on this next turn? I don't
Oh,
think so.
look at that.
Definitely not now with the shield.
That's wild.
Oh, that's a brutal draw, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
Some fallen cards there. Not so great. Plays what he can. Now let's see what Ralo draws. The 1v1s in Origin still feel a lot different to me. And Ralo also, with a little bit of a rough draw, I don't think he has the damage either. No, certainly not.
Oof. I hate it when you get revenge cards and it's all just that like 0 energy glove that does basically nothing.
Yeah. It's the bleed, though, that's now really going to do something. Is this going to draw, actually? No, 1 HP! So, of course, we saw at the end, the fallen cards do not trigger bleed damage. So he was able to get that damage in and then play that final card. He had 16 HP. Oh.
Wild.
Okay, so that was a solid game one. Spamandrice with a 1 HP victory. Well done, mate. Jeez.
Wow. Just, I don't know, I didn't even have words. Like that, I couldn't have predicted that. And actually, like, you know how that, like, ending, it just tells you right now, because they have common runes and common charms, right? Like some runes, some charms like allow you to have like +4 HP, +5 HP. Like imagine that, like that small detail can make all the difference with just like a 1 HP victory. If you just had that charm or you had that rune, you could have reversed it.
It's good to see, because I remember casting Dota a lot, and in games that were really close, these 70-minute slugfests, and then it comes down to this one tiny little mistake, and you'd hear casters say, it's a game of inches. This is such a tight game. It's a tightrope, and at any moment, one little mistake can start this whole snowball effect of misplays that can end up in a loss. And this is exactly the kind of hair trigger stuff you want for a truly competitive card game where, one little misplay could cost you that opportunity. Wow. All right. I vote we hop in again. Are they already playing?
Yeah, they should.
Yes, they are. Okay, let's jump back in. Here we go, buddy. So I got my resolution fixed. Sorry about that again, folks. I think we're all square there. So we've got some different stuff going on. We've got Spamandrice now with a beast in the back, a bird in the middle who's got taunt. And on the side of Ralo, he's still playing this double Aqua with the taunts as well. And we've got a Mavis out on the field.
Cool. I think I froze for some reason, but let me...
All right. Well, Spam is about to lose this frontliner. It's interesting right now that we're not really seeing much in the way of traditional tanks. They're just kind of regular axes in the front line. I mean, Spam's still using the leftover potion, so that helps give him a little bit of extra sustainability. He finds the kill on the frontliner. But yeah, not a whole lot, That's like the only quote-unquote tank feature I think that this Axie has.
Yeah, and all players get like a leftover potion. So if you're a new player, you have that. You have that at your disposal.
Which I really like, by the way. I think that is a great change. You feel it if you're playing against somebody that has it and you don't have it. I think that's a really nice, fair starting point. Okay,
they didn't change their lineups, right? Like it's the same exact.
Is this Spam's exact same lineup? Was this his backliner before with Little Branch?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, all right, my bad. I thought Spam changed, but I'm still asleep.
It's Little Branch, right? Or is it Pocky? Like Pocky and Little Branch.
They
Like
look
graphics
similar. This one is Little Branch. I only know because I
Okay.
cheated, though. Spam does find a kill in the mid liner. This Mavis actually doing some work. Uses the Revenge card. And now we're into the 1v1. Looking a little tough for Spam here, although he is at 9 rage.
Interesting. If he gets a good draw, I mean.
Okay.
Nice.
But unfortunately, Revenge cards do not crit. Oh my gosh. I feel like we're learning so much about Revenge cards in this broadcast. Like, so they're god tier against bleed, but they are garbage if you have like Fury or Rage. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they do that. They do nothing. Like that's when revenge cards screw you over.
Yeah.
And actually, that's why like a rage build, like some people think like in V2 they say crits are you get lucky, or it's for lucky players, but crit right now or rage in Origin is actually like has a very high skill ceiling in my opinion. For you to be able to pull it off, you need to have play your cards well and time it right.
Yeah, you really want to be strategic about manipulating it. I kind of wish Foxy was just a card that everybody could have. The card that Bubba has, the Retain, where it gives you rage, and then for every turn that you hold it, you get an additional rage when you play it, and I think it's up to a maximum of 3 turns. But it makes it really easy if you're playing Bubba to get to whatever that threshold is, 7 or 8 energy or rage, and boom. I mean, it's easy peasy. I love that. Bubba's broken, dude. I feel like Bubba's actually very solid if you want to play a rage style.
Yeah. So an idea there would be to pair Bubba with a beast or like an Axie that has Innocent Lamb for ears and Confident as a mouth, because then you can clone Confident, which gives 2 rage. So you clone that card, it's a 0 cost, so you now have 4 rage, and then Bubba has like all these other rage skills, so you can actually hit rage early on.
Damn.
Spam and spam message, they're having like issues loading right now, so they need a minute to try and fix it.
Yeah. So I don't know if this has been talked about, but one thing I just want to throw out there while we have a second, generally in these sort of moments where first or second really matters, this is actually analogous to Dota 2 in a lot of ways, because there have been a lot of moments where first pick is much better than second pick or vice versa. So how do you get to decide? And generally it's you go into the lobby and you do a coin flip. The coin flip is decided of who gets to pick, and whoever gets the priority says, I want to go first or I want to go second. And then in game 2, it inverts. And then if you draw 1-1, you flip again for the third game, so that you get a reset and it doesn't feel like too predictable where like it just goes back and exactly where that first person kind of gets the advantage again. So again, I am so tired, Nix. I feel like I explained that in a really confusing way, but did you catch what I was trying to throw there? Does that make sense? You want to reflip for game 3. Let me put it that way. Not that we necessarily have to do it in this friendly show match, but I think moving forward, that's probably like a structure that we'll implement as we continue to work out like first, second pick advantage. I think that is going to be a forever ongoing thing. Like there will be metas where first pick is way better, or first turn, and vice versa. And as you mentioned, it really varies by deck as well. Different strategies just have different kind of breakpoints there. So we'll keep working on it.
Will we see that in esports in the future, like a coin flip?
I think so. So obviously the first step with that is really lobbies, having some way for, instead of it just 2 people challenging each other, a tournament admin or you or I in this situation, just like in Dota or League or Counter-Strike or Call of Duty, any of these kind of games, you make a private lobby, you invite your friends, you set all the game settings, kind of Warcraft 3 style. Then once everybody's ready, you punch go. And then that way the spectators, the players, everybody all load at the same time. And if you're on LAN, there's like a drop down where you can say, I want some delay, I want no delay, I want a lot of delay. And then that'll open up for us to put in other game modes. We could say, I want to play the esports mode where all runes and charms are unlocked. I want to play the fun draft mode where I have to bring, 12 axes and, maybe it's a cool, kind of captain's draft style sort of a mode. And then obviously we would have just like the regular sort of competitive training mode. So I think having a coin flip as part of the lobby will be a very helpful function that will probably just make it easier,
Agree.
you know, to facilitate tournaments, stuff like that. So I think that is one of the key pieces that we're still missing right now to push Axie Esports to the next level and make it extra easy for these tournaments to do stuff. It also helps, like, it's just better structure for admins as well. You always want an admin hosting the lobby instead of it being on the players to challenge each other. You want the players to have to do as little as possible. That's basically the goal with the esports infrastructure. So.
Speaking of challenging, I think Ralo has already challenged Spam. Are they on?
Yep, we're in. I just loaded, and we're still waiting for the delay. So we're in good shape here. We didn't miss anything. And it looks like, I believe, these are the exact same Axies here, Nix.
Which is good. And for the record, right, like, these Axies that they're using are pretty common Axies. It's not like they're expensive Axies, so I love it that they're showcasing, you know, standard Axies that almost anyone can you know, just buy from the marketplace.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of comp you've been playing, but I've been doing a double plant with a bird in the back, actually very similar to this one that Ralo has, because I like trying to juggle a taunt. But look at this here. Starts off with Bubble. How do you feel about Bubble right now? Does that feel powerful?
It is, but it was better, like, before the nerfs, before the guru balancing. Now I feel like, you know, it's in a good place. It's balanced. So
okay.
I don't like it. Like, personally, I don't like it. The build that I'm using now is actually a fear Trump build, which is pretty weird, but I just, like, built it today and having real fun with it.
Folks, Nix just revealed something very key about his personality as a gamer there. It's not broken, so I don't like it. That's basically what he just said. Yeah, Bubble Bomb's totally balanced, hence I'm not using it. All right, bro, I got you. I'm going to look out in the arena if I see Nix tape up there. All right, so we got some sleep on the front liner here. A snoozy Axie. Can't use abilities, but if attacked, that will remove the sleep.
Yeah, so you have to be strategic. And yeah, it made sense because his hand, like, you know, wasn't a good hand, so that's a safe move.
Gain 1 rage per living ally. Okay, so Little Branch is a nice way to stack up if you can get that Mavis out. We're starting to see the synergy of what Spam wants to go for. The Mavis eyes on this bird here. Not great.
Yeah, like, you just like, the previous sequence just showed, like, the power of sleep, right? Like,
yeah.
If you have, like, an unfortunate draw, man, it's gonna be tough.
There we go. How do you feel about Blackmail, by the way? It was a card that Spam just had, and it puts a taunt in the enemy's hand.
Yeah.
I don't like using that card because I don't want to give them a taunt. I feel like that's a nice bit of utility. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, it's a double-edged sword. Like, I've had matches where it screwed me because I had a lot of those mails in my hand and I couldn't draw the cards that I wanted. So it can piss off. Yeah, it can piss off your enemies.
That's a fair point. You can use it just to overload their hand.
Yeah.
A little damage in the back. Vulnerable makes him take extra damage. That's what the little band-aid is there. Now this backliner pretty low. I also like that we've got emotes now. Spam communicating. I'm sorry, I should use his formal name, twitch.tv/Spamandrice.
Oh, it's another classic, you know, use of Shiva. Pretty solid.
That'll be the end of the front liner. Ooh, and the Mavis comes out. So, and for those unfamiliar with Mavis, every turn it takes some damage naturally, but when you draw cards, it makes one of your cards randomly require 1 less energy. So if it's 1 energy, it'll go to 0. If it's a 2 energy card, it goes to 1. So it's sort of like you're playing an energy now to get 2 energy back in the future before the Mavis dies. So it's like an efficiency card, investing in your future. You see, Spam will also summon one.
Do you like it? Your bird has Mavis, right? How do you like it?
I've used Mavis a fair amount. It's okay. I get annoyed when people have AoE and then my Mavis just dies immediately.
Oh yeah, Yam AoE, and then it's just dead.
So I've actually moved away from the Mavis. I really like having like a little owl style. Or hold on here. Is Spam actually going to do this? Is he going to clutch it? The Belieber? He's got one more. See you later. That's Spam. He's going to take it 2-1. Wow.
Oh.
That was
nice.
a good best
Congrats.
of 3. Well played on both sides, but Spam, ruthless. He had the 1 HP win at the beginning. Ralo brought it back in game 2, and then Spam hit it hard in game 3 for a 2-1 victory.
I love it.
I love it as well. Well done, Spam. You've won some things for your community, sir.
Actually, they just decided that they want to split the prizes, so that their community will,
I love it. I love it. The power of
Are we gonna
sharing.
bring in Spam?
Yeah, sure. Let's bring him in. Bring him in for a
interview?
winner's interview. Should we hop on the
All right.
Discord? Is that the best way to do that real quick? I'll just mute you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Cool. All right. I am in there. If you want to hop in real quick, I can just mute you on the Discord. If he wants to hop on, I think we'll be able to hear him. Oh, hello. Is that Spamandrice?
Hi, can you hear me, Zyori?
I can hear you, bud. How are you? Well done. Congratulations on the big win.
Thank you.
Wow. Tell me about game 1, dude. The one HP win. When you did the maths on that, were you just like, oh shit, bro, it's going to be 1 HP in game 1. This is the start to the show match the community deserves.
Oh yeah, it's all calculated. You know me, very precise. It wasn't even close at all. I wasn't scared. Just joking. I got so lucky. Wow, what
I'm
a
not sure
clencher.
if the audience is hearing Spam. At least I'm not.
You
I
can't
got so
hear
lucky.
Spam on the stream. Say something else for me, Spam, real quick.
Testing.
All right, give me 1 sec. I'm sorry. I think I got my audio devices messed up. I'm a real noob here. Although I shouldn't.
Are you in Puerto Rico right now, Andrew?
Okay, you can hear him now.
Okay. All right, Nick's Nick's having me paranoid. I am in Puerto Rico right now. Yes, it's beautiful and sunny here. Thank you for asking, Spam. Hey, buddy, I wanted to ask you about revenge cards. What do you think about them right now? Because they have such a weird dynamic, right? They're really good against bleeds, obviously. That's how you clutched out game number 1. They don't trigger bleed damage. But then they have some other caveats that we saw later on. Like, do you feel like... should there be more consistency? And now I'm forgetting, what was the other mechanic where they're not so good? You drew a whole bunch and then you weren't able to do much with them.
I think they're perfectly balanced,
They're
to
perfect.
be honest.
Okay.
It punishes aggro comps, but then it also slows down aggro comps late game to enable other comps. So Sky Mavis did a great job with the revenge cards. I remember at one point they felt bad, but now they feel like amazing. They're fun. They're balanced. I love it.
Okay. All right. Cool. Any other thoughts? How you feeling right now, buddy? I want to keep this moving because we are on a clock today. I got to make sure this thing gets wrapped up before the AxiCon qualifiers kick up because they start earlier. But are you enjoying Season 0?
Yeah,
You've been streaming
dude.
hard. You've been going big. What rank are you right now?
For sure. I'm almost about to be top 100. Yeah, Origin's super fun.
Okay.
Before you guys go, I just want to shout out Ralo, amazing guy. We were having a blast. We were playing on call together, having laughs and stuff like that, reacting to like these close games. Just want to say shout out to him and his community. And yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I know you guys are on a tight schedule.
Yeah, Twitch chat saved me. It was when you hit your rage, your fury mode, and then they don't crit. Do you feel like should revenge cards be critting, bro, or would they just be busted?
No, that'd be too busted. Like I'm playing a rage comp without runes and charms, so imagine with runes and charms.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be balanced somehow, right?
I got you. Okay, very good. No, I like that. It's a cool mechanic. So, all right, well, I'll let you get to it. Enjoy your weekend, man. Thanks a lot. Always fun to talk to you, Andrew.
All right, take care, Andrew. Have a beautiful day, all right, my man. Bye-bye.
See you later. All right, Nick. So that was fun.
Awesome.
What do we got?
Awesome.
What do we got up next? What's our next matchup?
All right. So that was a great match, but now we're gonna have Abu from MTTM versus ExtraRai, who's actually one of our top creators from the Philippines. So they're just about ready. Who's challenging who?
Okay. So
yes.
I have ExtraRai, who I'm planning on spectating, and it's
Okay.
Abu ABU. Yes, indeed. Twitch.tv/Abu NFT. And ExtraRai, I think he's on Facebook GG these days, fb.gg. I had the privilege of meeting ExtraRai when I was in the Philippines last go. Very cool guy.
Yeah.
I like his style a lot. He's got long hair, for those of you that don't know. So he is he's a pretty badass dude. He was hanging around at the Creator Cup, and really enjoyed getting to know him a little bit more. I think he came and hung out with us a bit at the quote after party, aka the talent went out for late night noodles after the broadcast, and he came around. And yeah, it was just a really great vibe, dude. A really cool community member and great content creator.
Yeah, he's been crushing it, and built his following from scratch, and has like 100+K, or maybe 200K now. But yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Okay, well, we've got a game here, and we've got Axies that I don't know as well. We've got some reptiles.
Let's see.
So we've got a reptile and I believe a double dusk here for Abu. He also has a big yak in the back. Big fan of the yak in the back. A cute one as well with the blossom. Wow, look at that. I'm all about the aesthetics. He's also using the triple leftover potion, so very tanky, a little more sustained based. On the other side, we do have ExtraRai. He's got the bug in the front with thick shield, so going for some shield bonus there. Plant in the middle, and I think he's actually got a Dawn in the back, so a little bit of taunt juggling here. Extra damage with the Tough Strike. And we'll also have Tough Strike in the back. Look at this, taunt juggling. It is a Dawn, a rare, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I present you a Dawn with Mavis.
With like pure bird skills, which is and actually pretty viable in arena. So that's a rare Axie for sure. Wow. I love so Abu's lineup. I think is a little bit favored. Just because Poison's really good now, but there's a known bug with Mavis right now, where if the Mavis bird dies from poison, the Axie gets like unlimited 0 cost energy, so something like that. So if if Abu accidentally kills ExtraRai's Mavis bird, he might win because of that.
I see. So that bug is still in the game right now, but it only gets triggered if you kill it with AoE, right? So you have to play.
No, with poison.
Oh, with poison.
Actually, no. If it just dies from a poison tick, yeah.
Gotcha.
Pretty. Hopefully, it gets hotfixed soon because it's pretty. It makes Mavis basically insane.
Yeah, sort of a god tier card. This matchup will definitely be a bit slower. I think in our first series we saw like a more aggro-based kind of a lineup, and this is going to be certainly a little more sustainability-driven. We got a leaf bug here. Okay. Yeah, so
I love it.
Since we have some time, I've been running a double plant with the bird in the back, and the plants I've been using are very defensive. I got pumpkin on one, watering can on the other, so going for some shield. I've got Sakura on one, so a lot of sustainability. Double rosebud, very much about keeping those frontliners alive, and then my bird in the back has the eggshell, but then I've got the little owl, so the cards that build up over time, and I actually have a nutcracker in there, either the tail or the mouth or something. So my whole thing is sustainability, get that backliner to build up damage, and then I'm hitting really hard. It also has Ronin too, and my frontliners both have double carrot. So if I get lucky and get those carrot draws, I can get a big Ronin hit in too. If I get the draws that I want, it's pretty nice, but I've been really struggling with it since the patch changes, and that's a lot to do with healing just doesn't feel as good, and I think that's good. It feels like we're getting incentivized to be maybe a little more aggressive in nature, and I'm really curious to see like Abo's take on this is sustainability, but very different from the hardcore healing that I was trying to execute. So I'm actually really curious here. And the poison as well is also a big adaptation. And it looks like ExtraRai is not having very much fun right now, Nix.
Yeah, I mean that's the most annoying part about this this poison comp, because he has Chomp as well. So that could play a factor in just making it a living hell for the opponent. Actually, I'm looking at something because when you described your bird, I'm thinking of. All right, I found it. So you ideally you would want Raven's tactic rune for that bird because what it does is it deals 20% bonus damage if its HP is above 50%, and take 20% less damage if HP is below 50%. Because you have two tanks, you most probably will not receive much damage. So you'll have like perma 20% bonus damage for most of the game.
Okay, man, Nix, you're thinking. I need to start hiring you for some coaching. When things slow down, that'll become our new weekly content. When I move to the Philippines, we'll do Zyori Learns with Nix.
Yeah.
We'll finally climb the leaderboard.
Look at the poison stack on the midliner for Rai here. That's what's most frustrating when you face poison. It's when you face it and you don't have cleanse. That's really,
Well, and do we have great cleanse options right now? Because I know Biden's was notoriously kind of underwhelming, and that was
Rosebud.
Key piece of cleanse.
Rosebud and Sea Slug, I think, are the. Okay. Sea Slug actually is a good card, but oh no, not Sea Slug. I might be botching it. It's an ear card, but I'm not exactly sure. I want to say Sea Slug, but I feel like it's not Sea Slug. It must be. Let me see.
ExtraRai pulls the taunt into the backliner. I think Rai is still in big trouble here. He's got 3 Axies alive, but the poison, now the bleeds.
Oh yeah, it's Sea Slug. I doubted myself because it has 110 damage, but it also cleanses 2 times, so it's a pretty good card.
I like it.
And Rai actually has a chance here.
Really?
Well, oh no, he has. I didn't notice his midliner. His backline has Gila, so this might be GG.
Gila, attack all enemies.
Yeah.
Deal 2 damage, 2 bonus damage per poison, and there it is. That will be game 1 for Abu. Very nice. Well done.
12. All right.
We'll also get to a point one day where we update that victory screen so it says victory and then the player's name instead of just victory. Yeah. I love how happy it is, though. It's like, yes, indeed, victory for all. Wow, I think they're actually already in game 2. Remember, we're watching on a delay, so we can hop out. And, they're already ready to go. And we do have some changes. So, wow, I love this, Nix. We can just keep the show rolling. So, right now, it is Abu leading 1-0 in this best of 3. ExtraRai up against the ropes. He's going to bring in the Shrimpy. Here it is, the Shrimpinator. The double anemone Shrimpy in the front line with Sleepless Inkling and Risky. Cute little Axie there.
Wow.
So we've got
Carrot
Pumpkin Plant in the mid, mixing in a little bit of Sirius, got Rosa on the ears, and then this cutie pie in the back. It's fuzzy, it's white, and it's a big damage dealing triple Nutcracker with Ronin. This is what I'm talking about next. This is the Zyori style here. I love this Nutcracker little owl kind of build up damage.
I have ExtraRai for this match. The main weakness of Poison are burst teams. And Rai has a pretty strong burst team with the triple Nutcracker, and with triple Sleepless. So Daze is a card that it can mess up your deck, and it doesn't disappear. It keeps going back to your deck over and over again. So I like Rai for this battle for round 2.
And double anemone, I think, is pretty okay against poison, right? You get some damage in and just gives you some nice sustain to offset.
Yeah, if he gets the draws, yeah, for sure.
Overall, I found Anemone to be a little underwhelming.
Honestly, it's true. But they had their moment in the sun with V2. Like, it was one of the most annoying cards. And most overpowered cards. Up until season 20. Then it got rebalanced and rode off the sunset. But it had its moments. Like, for so many seasons, it was hell.
Yeah, the best run that I ever had in Axie Classic, I think it was season 19. I was playing a double anemone lineup with a bird in the back for the first time when nobody else was, and I think I won 18 games in a row climbing from like a fresh account. It was bananas.
Yeah, that was the lineup. with a did your bird have like a backdoor or like
I think it had the
double
0 cost so that you could do just huge
Ah.
burst damage, and even if you were going to
Post
lose, you
fight.
had the option. Yeah, you had the option to force draws pretty easily a lot. So you would either win or draw in most cases, unless you got really unlucky.
that's pretty cool.
I also liked
18
playing the
games.
anemones in parallel. So, oh my gosh, 1 HP. That's
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah, and then like the axes like of the opponents get confused, which sad, and then by next turn you just heal up. so
Ooh, he
I'll
gets the
miss
poppy
that
too.
Oh, wow, 1 HP. That's
Yeah, I don't know, dude. The 1 HP now going to go into like it's going to take at least 2 cards to kill this frontliner. That was Value Town.
Yeah, that was. And leftover potion, like underrated. It healed up a significant amount of HP.
Yeah, dude, this frontliner just tanked 3 cards after being on 1 HP. That is such value for Abu.
Leaf Bug is a very good card. Like I'd say it's one of the best defensive cards in the game. It gives a passive and an additional active shield.
Yeah. Do you know which rune I'm talking about? The one that steals 50% of the highest shield anytime your
Shield
enemy
Bleacher.
Yeah. That card seems low-key pretty strong to me, because anything that's automated like that, where it just gives you stuff and you don't have to do anything, I feel like those often add up more than you think they will. You know, it's easy to read and go, how often do people really use shields? But
very tough.
A lot of icky poison here coming in. There it is, stacking up. ExtraRai about to break his phone in half right now.
He has a shot. Like he needs the nutcrackers to roll in. He needs it badly.
Well, here we go. Just as you say that, the double nutcracker. He's definitely got a chance here. It's not that bad, but it feels a little scary. A bunch of revenge cards now.
I think at some point the days will catch up to Abu as well. I think Rai has thrown like 2 sleepless or 3 sleepless already, so we should be drawing those too.
Okay. Another nutcracker here. Pretty value stun from Abu. The poison stacks up, man. The stun plus the draw there was really brutal, actually. Oh, I think ExtraRai's in trouble, dude. That's it. He's donezo.
Wow. That was tough. The chomp.
Ooh, Abu, that was dirty. That's a 2-0 right there, baby. Abu comes in the clutch.
Good game, guys.
Yeah, you weren't kidding. You mentioned the Gila, I think, in game 1, but that was like, that was savage, dude.
All right.
Yeah, if Abu wants to hop on, feel free to tell him to come on down in the channel. Wow.
All right. If you're free, I'm not sure. Is he? Did he just like ride off into the sunset now? And...
Yeah, it's all good. Oh, there he is.
He's there.
Hello, Abu?
Hello. Hey, Zyori. Hey, Nix.
Hey, yeah, I don't think Nix can hear you, but he's listening on stream, so he'll catch it a few seconds delayed. But, dude, congratulations, 2-0 over ExtraRai. That was pretty convincing stuff. How you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling good. I think Rai is going to have a lot of words for me in DMs for poisoning him, but no, it's all love. Rai is amazing.
How you feeling about Season 0 of Origin? It's been so cool for me to see so far, even in this showcase, like the diversity of axes. You know, we've got these high damage kind of burst comps, and we've got what you're running that feels a little more, poison, sustain. Obviously, I guess poison feels pretty good, but what's your interpretation of the meta right now? How are you feeling?
No, I think the team has done a great job. I think really during the alpha season, right? Figuring out kind of the core gameplay, what feels underpowered, what feels overpowered. I think as long as they keep up with this mindset of tweaking, making sure things are a bit more balanced, I think all the core decks and axes are really in a good place right now. There's so many diverse builds. It's only day 2, like you mentioned, and there's just so many things people are playing. Like Spam was playing Rage, I can play Poison, there's aggro that Ralo is playing. And there's just all sorts of other things. Stall is still around. So yeah, I think it's been feeling good. The runes and charms, when they come out in a few days, will make it even more exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Of course, in this showcase, we're just using the basics when it comes to rune and charm. So there's still even a much higher ceiling than this, which is really exciting. How do you feel? Do you feel cleanse is in an okay spot right now? Like, is poison a little bit disproportionately strong because there aren't strong enough options to get rid of it? Any thoughts about that so far since you've been playing with poison comps?
I think that yes, specifically cleanse options are in limited supply, right? So mint isn't really the answer. Silence Whisper isn't really strong enough, and I know that it's not 100% fixed yet. So poison kind of runs unchecked, unless you have cleanse, unless you have some way to mitigate the damage by heal.
Yeah.
So the only way to beat poison is to kill it quickly, which isn't really a good option. So
Right.
yeah, I do think that some tuning needs to happen there. But overall, there's option still. It's just that if you have a bad matchup against poison, it's just not gonna end well.
Gotcha. No, that makes perfect sense because a lot of things that are good against poison are also, very healing centric, and we want to get away from that stall. Let's just go to Blood Moon turn 30 kind of a meta. So how do we, counter poison without adding delays? I think that's a great question and probably something the design team will be looking at. But thank you so much for showcasing it for us, man. Good luck on your Season 0 grind. Really appreciate you giving us some of your time here today. It was a pleasure to cast your game, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to quickly shout out my communities, MTTM and LG,
All right, I think
doing big
Ruthless
things this season in
and
the leaderboards in
Itachity
Axie,
is
and of
gonna
course to
be going
ExtraRai,
on.
who's an amazing community leader. We chatted a lot on DM even before this, so he was so funny. He was like, "Oh my god, I'm facing you," but it's all love. Yeah, and excited. And thanks again for having me on. Good luck to everyone playing.
Absolutely. All right, take care, Abu. We'll see you later.
All right.
Bye. Cool. All right, sorry about that, Nix. He was just giving some shout outs there at the end. All good.
Oh, sure.
All
No
right,
worries.
so who's up next? You say I think we got
Ruthless.
RuthlessRedge. Okay.
Yeah, RuthlessRedge and Itachity. So, yeah, they're both from the Philippines. Oh, but actually, Ruthless lives in the UK, but he's Filipino.
Yes. Our buddy Reg and Itachity. I think I spelled his name right. I've even met him in person. Here we go. All right, I think we're loading in.
All right, this is our second to last match set. Our final should be Ryan of Meditate versus Ace from MVP. So
beautiful. Okay. So here we go. RuthlessRedge, Axie GG on the left, Itachity, YGG on the right. Looking at an Aqua in the front for Reg, a Beast in the middle. Got the innocent lamb there, very cute. And then that is a mech in the back with Carrot and Ronin, as well as Imp. I love this style. Carrot meshes so well with Ronin. On the other side, Itachity, we've got a double Aqua, it looks like here. Nemo tail on both. A little bit of taunt juggling with that cactus. And, of course, we've got the eggshell in the back on the bird, who's also got Little Owl. Big fan of that. And a Mavis. Very well-rounded, I would say. Kind of from both sides. But another one of these where no traditional tank here, Nix. Like, both their frontliners are even just using Tough Strike. Like, straight-up damage.
Yeah, pure burst. It's just offense. The only defensive card in this matchup is actually Sponge. And so we have like one defensive card in like across 6 axes. So wild.
So, all things equal, good to see you. I'm not sure who I favor here. I guess I do like that Itachity has 2 forms of taunt. I think that does give you a lot of options. You can space out the damage. Burst damage is all about trying to eliminate axes, get those revenge cards in. So sometimes splitting it apart can be huge.
Yeah, the only problem here for RuthlessRedge actually is when the Mavis gets summoned, he doesn't, like, he has Chubby though, like for AoE, but will he really spend 2 energy just to kill that? Yeah. So that would be his problem.
Yeah, that's true. You can kill it, but it doesn't really feel good.
But I really like his backliner. Like, it's crazy how now in Origin you're seeing beasts and mechs with carrot. Like, you're looking like in V2 you would have never, like, never in a million years would you be going on a marketplace looking for beasts with a carrot as a tail.
I think that I identified carrot as potentially busted the moment I started playing Origin. The two mechanics I wanted were, wow, free energy, okay, that sounds good, and then things that got me rage. I really like the Fury mechanic. Maybe it's because as the esports guy, I've heard so many people complain about the random crits in Classic that I'm just naturally like, yes, Fury, it's a skill mechanic, so I'm very drawn to it. But right away, the first thing I thought was, all right, I can't wait to assemble my beast lineup in Origin and start critting people. I've always gravitated towards that. Big damage. I like big numbers, Nix, right? It's a gamer classic. Big number.
Big number.
Hey, it kept me playing Diablo for a lot of years there, bud. Look, I'm hitting for 1 billion damage. I'm doing it.
Have you tried the latest one?
No, I haven't played in a lot of years. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Well, Reg's frontliner will survive here. Some taunt comes out.
I like Goda. I like Goda now. When it was bugged like for a while during alpha, but now that it's working, I really love this card. It just like it deals damage, and then it puts like a dead card in your opponent's deck, and it also like drains 1 energy. Like so it does 3 things, right, for the price of 1.
That's a good point, actually. I forgot that it was bugged, and I had naturally stopped using it. I need to start experimenting. There was a while there where I remember early alpha, people were running triple Goda lineups because it was so abusive.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's that good anymore.
Yeah, it's balanced, but...
Yeah. That was awful, though. Early alpha, those are the memories we're going to look back like a year from now and be like, I remember when... There was that crazy telescope a triple aqua lineup back when Heart of the Ocean stacked. Oh, man. Those were the days.
Tiny fan, unlimited damage boost.
Yeah. Well, Itachity gets that frontliner kill now. Weak, this target deals 20% less damage. That's what the snail is there.
Mm-hmm. So now, like, early on, you mentioned the taunt juggling that could, make Itachity have gain the advantage. We're seeing that a little bit now because the damage is spread out across all his reactives, but they're all still alive, which is huge.
I'm loving this, man. Pretty good damage, and now he's just embracing it. He's like, all right, you want to do AoE damage? Let's go.
And then the Goda.
All right. Very interesting.
Like it.
Itachity now getting very low, and this stun on the front line. Let's see what the draw looks like. Okay, only stops the Shoal Star, so not too bad. And the Cactus for a little more taunt. Get some damage on the little owl.
Great draw for Itachity. It saved him from the chomp situation.
Yeah, this is great. And Nemo's coming in handy as well.
Interesting. He saved his frontliner. Maybe he.
All right, into the 2v2 now. All of a sudden, Itachity feels like he's in trouble. These Axies are just a little too low HP.
Yeah, RuthlessRedge backliner is pretty good, so we'll see.
Yeah.
He has a Mavis though.
Doesn't go for it. He should have the damage for the kill. This is going to be really close here, but I think he's got it. There's the backliner, and then Tiny Turtle is it. Reg with the game 1 win. The mech in the back with the carrot.
Wow.
Whew. Impressive stuff.
Part of me felt like Itachity could have summoned the Mavis to tank at a damage. He could have used it to tank a turn, and he would have had a chance to win next turn. Or maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but that could have been a play, I think.
Sorry, we got an angry
But it's a great game.
Yeah, I think you're right. It would have been interesting. I haven't played enough Origin at the current patch to be able to confidently say that 100% would have saved him, but I see exactly what you mean, where if it absorbed even just one attack, it could have gotten him one more turn, and then maybe he could have clutched the win there. It would have been really close. I'm going to go back to it, man. Game of inches. You know, when it comes down to one little play like that, one final decision. Well played by Reg, though. That is a 1-0 start for him. And we'll hop into game 2 as soon as they're ready to rock and roll.
It's actually like the next card Joe won't give him enough damage. Right, yeah.
Okay.
He would draw the void and he wouldn't have been able to kill. Good point.
Good point. All right, Itachity's on it. See, that's why we got the pros here. Hold us accountable. Very good. So, well, Reg with it. The Filipino grudge match here. Itachity versus Reg. Pride on the line. Can Itachity take us to a game 3? We're going to see momentarily. We're going to get it rocking and rolling.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, you know, they're Filipinos for sure, but like both of them actually live overseas. So,
That's pretty funny. Well, you know, they're Filipinos exploring the world. You know, extending the Filipino footprint. It's they're doing missionary work out there, spreading the gospel.
Let's see, they're ready.
Yep.
All right, they're taking turns for challenge.
Cool. I'm ready to hop in when they are. I think I've noticed Carrot has definitely gone up in the marketplace a little bit. You know, with Axie Origin, if you play on different devices, it remembers what last comp you were using on that device.
Yes.
So I'm looking at my Axies that I last played on this Spectator one, and it's been a while, and it's actually a triple Carrot lineup with a bunch of Nutcracker and stuff. So just pretty funny to see, like,
Triple Carrot had its moment.
Carrot meta. Yeah, apparently I was really playing the meta there for a hot moment. But all right, game number 2. It is Reg leading 1-0, and we do have a change of pace here. We got an Axie with Neo. This is a Reptile in the front line, something a little bit different here. We got a Reptile in the mid, leftover potion on this guy as well. Looks like some poison to bring out. And then in the back, there's a Shrimp with a little bit of poison also.
Wow, I love Reg's backliner here. This is the one new dynamic for season 0 with the innocent lamb buff. It allows him to duplicate green thorns, and and innocent lamb is 0 cost. So it just makes him have more poison stacks to put out. Pretty solid. Pretty new dynamic actually. I was always interested to see who would try it first, and I'm happy to see it now on stream.
And Shrimp, I keep forgetting that Shrimp is also a taunt. Target an enemy, if initial, apply taunt to the target and to self for 2 turns. So Shrimp is actually really an exceptionally powerful card. Yeah, it has a lot of utility to it.
Yeah, it is, and it can bypass like shield of a frontliner because you could just go straight to the back if you wanted to.
All right. And triple tough strike here for Itachity, so still just going for damage. What do we have here? A little owl, Peacemaker, the last one. That is a weird card. Deal 20 bonus damage if this is the only attack card in your hand.
Yeah.
I find that to be such a strange mechanic. It just feels so random and seldom triggered. You know, I don't really get it.
Yeah, it's for me, like, I think it's strong, but there needs to be so much things going your way for it to actually, for you to have the benefit. Yeah, guys are right. So from the chat, they're agreeing with the Green Thorn and Innocent Lamb dynamic. So yeah, if he actually uses Innocent Lamb on Green Thorns and his midliner uses Tricky as initial, he can bring back Innocent Lamb and duplicate another. So he could have 4 Green Thorns or +2. He could have 5 to 6 Green Thorns, even though he just has 3 on his axes.
I need to play more with Innocent Lamb. I feel like there's a high skill cap with that card.
Innocent Lamb used to suck, but now that it's 0 cost,
yeah,
it changes everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see him try to pull it off.
I wanted to ask you, Nix, how do you feel about Scarab right now? It has the doubt debuff, which reduces healing done, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I liked it, but the thing that based on the feedback from players, is that it's not enough to make it a living hell for a healing lineup. Like, it's useful versus like a non-full healing lineup, but if your opponent has the 3 healing plants, that like it doesn't do much.
I see. Yeah, 50% is like a nice mortal strike. Maybe it needs to go up to 75. I don't know. It is a weird thing to balance. To me, I always love okay, healing's a little bit broken. Let's just tune up the counter to it a little bit more.
Yeah. There we go. Like, he did the duplicate, and that's why he was able to put 12, 6, and 8 poison stacks on the axis in 1 turn. So which is
that's nasty.
Not often that you do that, right?
Yeah.
So
that's nasty, dude. I love it.
But yeah, with healing, like, what do you think? Like, what do you think about in V2, right? Like, Scarab completely blocks healing, which I didn't like. It was tough. But now I like the direction. But then you ask, like, it doesn't totally stop, a healing comp.
I'd be curious to see it tuned up to 75% and see if that feels too strong. But that to me is like a nice middle ground. I agree. I think 100% is too black and white, where, okay, you just hard countered all of my healing no matter what.
That's tough.
Because I do feel like, sort of like what Abu said, I'm biased in favor of healing, but it feels a little undertuned perhaps against a pretty heavy poison lineup. Like the first games that I played on the ladder this season, it just felt like when I was healing, I'm losing out on margins. Like, they do 80 damage, I heal for 60 damage. So over time, I'm just falling further and further behind.
Yeah, curious if 60% or 65% would change things, right?
I mean, Itachity's dominating right now, though. This is the great example of, big damage is cutting through. And even though Reg is spreading it out pretty effectively and ticking him down, I mean, this is a lot of poison. Is he going to be able to 1v3 this? I mean, this seems like a tall order.
No, I don't think so. So Itachity's lineup like directly counters poison lineup because of the burst, right? So I don't think this is gonna be. I don't think there's an upset here.
Yeah.
Sadly, I love the effort of showcasing the lamb, but this should be done, I think.
Well, he's going to play it out. We'll see what he can do. Drops a stun on the backliner. I guess there's a chance that we see an amazing card draw here. And he gets all birds.
Yeah. That would be...
Not quite. I mean, almost. There was a little chance there, Yeah. But it's going to be Itachity. So that'll make it 1-1. We'll take things now to a Game 3 decider.
Love it. Love it.
Beautiful.
All right, so I think Ruthless will be turn 1 for the next battle. That was great.
I still again, I love that there was even a chance there. Every good card game should have some RNG, right? There's always going to be like a top deck element. There's always going to be that, what cards am I going to draw here? But it's really cool that there was an option for Reg. He could still play to the expected value, and there was a non-zero chance that, he could have gotten, to use poker terms, like the turn on the river sort of a thing. And from an esports perspective, those moments can be really hype. Imagine if on the main stage there's, this is like an elimination game or something, and then that happens where he gets the bird draws. It's like, oh my God, the whole thing changes. Those are defining moments, man. That's when storylines get created, hearts get broken, heroes get made. This is
legends.
Competition's ruthless, bro. All right, looks like we're in.
Man, I remember we had a battle like that during the Origin PH Cup.
Yes.
Like, it was a 1v3, and then I think it was Laya who pulled that upset.
Yeah, dude. I mean, historically, we've been pretty lucky with series going the stretch. Like, if you remember the first Origin or the first Creator Cup that we did in December with Classic, that grand finals between Hazel and Eric Tai, That
Oh,
went
yeah.
all 5 games and then an extra because they had a draw, and Hazel brought back like the reverse all kill to win. What was it, 3 games in a row or 4 games in a row? I mean, that was that's as epic of a finals as you can get. So we've got a pretty high standard, I think, bud.
Oh, see, Ruthless going back to the lineup that won him game 1.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The mech in the back. Yeah. So Sponge, that's what this is on this frontliner. Target an ally next turn, apply 3 damage boost to other allies if shield is broken, 70 shield. And double risky for Itachity. Kind of interesting. If initial, 20 more damage, and apply fear to self for 2 turns.
It's fascinating that Sponge is the only shield card in this entire battle.
Yeah. Sponge is not one that I've used too much. I don't have a great sense of how it feels. I have really enjoyed the watering can with Sakura because watering can gives you a shield, and every time you get attacked, you get the little 0 energy raindrop things that heal you up.
Tier water.
Yeah, tier water, and then it basically gets doubled with the Sakura because it counts as a card being played. It just feels so good. I love that watering can is no longer class specific, but I'm not gonna lie, I will never forget the heavy aqua meta where I just played double watering can plant, like 1 midliner, 1 frontliner, and if you were up against triple aqua, it was just a free win. I felt so bad playing it. They just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're not up against Aqua's, watering can feels completely useless. So it was a very all-in card, a very polarizing ladder experience. The good old days.
That was a very interesting moment.
Yeah, no doubt. Ronan coming through here, get some decent damage on the frontliner. Moving a little bit slow this round. Both players taking their time, thinking things out. I like it. Goes for the risky.
I like how I like this version of Ronan where it's no longer like the crit card, but it still kind of feels like, has that similarity with B2 in terms of the damage burst.
Yeah, no, seriously. I think that is a perfect example of maintaining the spirit of the card, but recognizing the mechanic behind it was inherently, kind of broken and needed to be changed. I agree entirely. Really happy with the way Ronan feels. Ooh, Goda. And that'll be the end of the frontliner.
Nice.
Pick up the taunts here. So what happens when you use 2 taunts in the same turn on different axes? Like if he uses the eggshell here, which one actually gets targeted? Yeah, just like this.
I think it was the first one.
Okay, so it should be the frontliner that ends up getting targeted here?
I think so. It also confuses me, but that's based on my gaming. That's how it happens.
Yeah.
Let's see though if it
All right.
if it's correct.
There you go. It looks like you're correct. So when you play double taunt, whichever is the first taunt played is the one that goes through. And we're learning a lot about mechanics here. Big damage though. And now we're in a 1v2.
The frontmost, the closest one.
Oh, no, it's just always the frontmost. Okay, we've got it wrong. See? It's easy to misinterpret these mechanics. Yeah, well done, Twitch chat. See, that's the power of Twitch chat. We can crowdsource this information.
Crowdsourced.
Across the hundreds of people watching right now, there's got to be someone that knows the answer. Heavy revenge card draw, though. All right, so yeah, it just defaults to the good old-fashioned Axie class or Axie mechanic of which Axie is closer. I kind of like that, actually. Looking rough for Itachity, though, here. I think in this 1v1, Reg should have the advantage now. Not going to be enough for the kill.
Oh, this is a classic case of the last one getting the buff, but still not enough.
Yeah. And Reg has the damage here. Belieber for a little bit of extra pizzazz, and there it is. It's going to be Reg that takes the best of 3. Hard fought and a well-earned victory there. 2-1.
Good game, good game. Let's
Alright.
get Reg on
Yeah.
the Discord. All right, he's gone. You guys are good.
Hello,
Hello, hello. Is that RuthlessRedge?
this is me.
This
How are
is
you?
me. I'm great. How are you, sir? Congratulations on the 2-1.
Yeah, it was fun. It was quite an interesting match. It was quite back and forth as well until I got that Ronin turn where I
Yeah.
managed to sweep that Aqua, and yeah.
I love that backliner
Go to
you
work.
got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
that mech with the carrot, dude, that thing is badass. Feeling pretty good. Did you like specifically scout that guy? Was he lurking in your inventory? Give me the story behind this backliner.
So I was interested in the power of Ronin before, so this was a pre-alpha buy, and this is a 0.007 axi weave. And yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, this works. So carrot increases the energy, and then little peas actually provides you that extra oomph for when Ronin hits, and yeah, it worked out. Everything connected, and we got to saw this Mech Babes in action. So yeah, quite
Yeah.
fun.
And how you feeling about Season 0? Would love to get your thoughts on like the new patch and this newly evolving meta, I guess, that we've got in Season 0 now with the NFT runes and charms. What's your read? How you feeling?
I am quite excited actually. I am more into it now than Alpha before. Well, because Classic was also a thing before that was going back and forth on what to play. But aside from that, having these NFT runes and charms to craft with, I actually made a video on Facebook about how it actually helps the player to do greater things in the arena with just SLPs and shards, combining them to make a lot more runes and charms. So yeah, and so far so good. I am able to get a few good wins in the arena. So yeah, quite fun.
Awesome. Well, sir, good luck on your grind. Really appreciate you joining us here for this show match. Congratulations. I hope your streaming and content endeavors go well, and certainly hope to meet you at AxiCon, good sir.
Thank you. It's gonna be exciting. See you in Barcelona.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Reg, take care. We'll be
Thank
seeing you
you.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Good game.
All right, cool.
Wow. That was great. That was a great game. I just want to remind, everyone, there might be, I don't know how the winners or how these participants or these players are going to be distributing their rewards within the week, but there should be some free AxiCon tickets and some Axis up for grabs in the coming days. So better
Dude.
follow these guys and have a chance to win some.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you hit the socials. One series left. We've got Ace versus... Who is it, Nix? I failed the pop quiz.
Ace, Ryan.
Ryan. Oh, how could I forget Ryan from MT8? My gosh. Ace versus Ryan. Okay, this is going to be another good one. All right, so let me check in game. I'm not sure. Do I have one of them added? Yes, I've got Ace at least.
They're determining who goes first. So Ace goes first.
Okay, cool. Ace is still offline for me, but I'm sure he'll pop on in no time. No worries there. Okay, so one more to go. Ace versus Ryan. Man, these have been great games so far. I'm not going to lie, Nix. Watching this has made me want to get on the grind a little bit. You know, I've got no shortage of things on the to-do list, even for the weekend, but I'm going to have to pencil in some time to grind a little bit of Origin. I definitely need to switch up my comp, though. I have some cactus plants that I think I finally need to mix in. I like this double taunt juggling that we're seeing.
Yeah,
Definitely
juggle.
something I want to play with.
I love it. Wow. Okay. I think Ace is going first. Is he on your friend list?
Yep, I just hopped in. Okay, cool. We are awaiting the delay. Here we go. Ace versus Meditate Ryan. Axie GG versus Meditate. Another clash of the Titans here. On the left, we got Ace. He's going to be running this plant in the front line. A little leftover potion for some healing. Scarab, bleeds, all that good stuff. A pretty classic plant in the mid, although it does have Goda to mix with that carrot and some taunt. Pretty cool there. And the very, very cool plant in the back. Look at this thing. Mavis for the bird. It's got the cactus for the taunt, but then it's got Tiny Dino for the backliner. So big damage to stack up when you retain that thing.
Wow.
Ryan, he's going to run the bug in the front. Also very interesting. It's got Nemo as well as Sponge and the Cottontail. So actually a bit of a tanky frontliner. And he is running Shield Leecher. So this is one that we talked about earlier in this
Nice.
broadcast even. Really excited to see if this is going to pay off for him. And against Double Pumpkin, that already seems potentially good. 2 tough strikes in the back, double carrot. And he's also got Little Branch on this Reptile. So we're actually going to see some rage on this Reptile. This is wild, dude. These axes completely
Dude.
different.
It's all unique. And look at the double Goda lineup for Ryan here.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that his frontliner had Goda as well. Wow.
Okay, so starting to see similarities, though. Taunt definitely seems key to the Axie Origin strategy.
Oh, did you see that? Like, so Ace had like put Fragile on Ryan's shield leeching tank, so that should weaken the shield leeching ability because Fragile lessens shield.
Yeah. The counter to the counter. I love it. A full meta here. And also Ace running the triple leftover potion. So certainly focused on a slightly more sustain-based kind of a thing here. And remind me, what does Clover do again? The ear on that midliner?
It summons the Clover monster that gives leaf. It keeps giving leaf to the players. So that's going to be helpful for his backliner. For Ace's backliner with Leafy, it makes Leafy deal 150 damage, which is wild.
So there you go. We see the Shield Leecher only gets 21 there, thanks to the Fragile. But it does seem to be, it'll add up a little bit. The Goda now comes out from the frontliner. I think Ryan feeling okay. Honestly, quite even to get started here.
Yeah. They both have taunts to get the attention away from their tank or frontliner.
Ryan expressing some clear emotions here.
I want to see more stickers.
Yeah. I think stickers actually have a really high ceiling. There's all sorts of potential where we could use stickers for special events. Like somebody wins a season, maybe they get a sticker in their honor. That could be maybe a cool prize in the future. We could do special themed ones. There could be contests. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Wow.
Okay.
Like Dota, right? The audio clips from.
Dude. Exactly.
Moments.
I mean, even the in-game cosmetics in Dota, all those player-themed sets, they're not as popular now, but 5 years ago, that was a big thing. I remember when Burning's Anti-Mage set was released, and it sold, like, record-breaking numbers because it was just so iconic and, branded with this idol that so many people have been looking up to for so many years. So I do think finding ways to, like, immortalize and hallmark our best and most memorable players is a key part of the storytelling. I mean, we're at the beginning of the journey, right? But over time, we need a Hall of Fame, bro.
For sure. It'll be exciting to see
the
different emotes.
He gets to Fury mode and has nothing to do. Oh, man. What a bummer. This is still pretty tight, though. Ryan's backliner is scary. So is Ace's, to be fair.
Yeah. Ace's backliner just put out the Leafy and eliminated the bug. Very high damage.
Absolutely. Okay, there it is again. And there's a bird in the front. Whoa, and he puts the shield on the bird. Okay, this is actually quite nice. So remember, you can't see shields, right? So shields are invisible to your opponent. So you might be able to deduce that a shield was played. So normally you just throw a card out there thinking, oh, this bird's dead. And that actually keeps it alive. Oh, Ace, I love it. So now 2 cards to kill the Mavis.
Yeah, it buys him time. It buys him another turn.
Yeah. Wow. That's a first-class ticket to Value Town right there, Nix. And look, he does it again. He puts the Clover out front and he shields it up. I've never been so hyped about a shield card play in my life.
Jesus.
Ace is a monster.
And Ace is doing it because he's getting a lot of shitty draws. So he's doing it to stall so he gets his good cards.
Yeah. Like, this is such a value way to buy time.
Wow. And I think, like, for those maybe who tune in, like, Ace has actually been crushing it in the local tournament circuits. So he's been putting a lot of work in Origin as well.
Yeah. Okay. So they finish it off. This time the shield does not require 2 cards. But not the best draw for Ryan either. And we'll go back to a bit of a reset here. Big damage potential, though, from Ace. And look at that tiny dino.
Ooh.
Now in a 1v2 scenario.
Let's see.
I think Ryan's in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, but Ryan can do Little Branch and Confident. Will that give him Rage? I don't think it's enough.
And that little owl doesn't have any damage stacked up. Gets the backliner low, but again, really benefiting from the leftover potion. Those 2 turns that Ace was able to stall, you're just stacking up that healing that whole time. It really adds up.
Yeah. I'm not sure, is this a visual bug or does Ryan have a Clover that has been there for multiple turns already?
He's had it forever. Maybe it is a visual bug. You're right. It's like the immortal Clover. Maybe it's just chilling there. Nope. Okay, it's dead. No, I guess it was real. It was not a mirage.
It felt like it was there forever.
It kind of was. It was just the cheerleader shrub. Sometimes you just need that emotional support blanket, Okay, little branch. A little more rage. Is Ace going to have enough for the kill here?
Oh.
I would hope so. Ooh, I think he's got it. There it is. Oh. No, maybe not. I'm not so good at math. So he goes defensive instead. We are now into Blood Moon. Okay, the shrub is dead.
Good draw for Ryan.
Yeah.
But...
Ooh. Does Ryan have this? I think he does. Oh, he clutches it at the end. Yo, you said it earlier, Nix. You can never count out a Fury Axie in the 1v1. My Atlanta.
Jesus, Ryan. What? Dang, that was a great game. Great win.
All right, dude. I'm going to go buy a little branch Axie as soon as we're done here. This is what we play for, bro. Oh, my.
Wow, great comeback.
I thought he was done for sure. All right, Ryan leads 1-0, best of 3. What could be the last game of our show matches today? Coming up next. Wow. Okay. Ace, shake it off, buddy. Cleansing breath. Let's take it to a game 3. Damn, Origin's hype right now, Nix. This is awesome. This is a badass showcase.
I love that. Like, when the game started, we thought that the shield leeching bug would be the crucial game changer, but in the end, it was the backliner that still pulled through with the rage.
Yeah. No, unfortunately for Ryan, the shield leecher was pretty effectively countered. We saw it, and it just it worked, but didn't have the impact I was predicting, at least. Now curious to see if they'll switch up these Axies at all. Ready to hop in whenever our players go for it.
All right, there's just some chatter here. I'll give you 1 second.
Cool. Man. Innocent Lamb, Little Branch. I feel like Innocent Lamb is becoming one of these cards that is hard to balance, where it either feels underwhelming or overwhelming, right? 1 energy, not so good. 0 energy, really, really good. How do we...
Yeah.
What's the middle ground there? You can't make it cost half an energy,
Half an energy. Wow, like, what if okay, that might make the game too complicated.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean, though? That you do occasionally hit these mechanics where it's this binary thing where you flip the switch one way or the other. It's like, okay, this card totally sucks. Oh my gosh, this card is completely amazing. how do you bridge the gap when you don't have any middle ground? There's no gray area between those two choices. It's a bit of a game balance conundrum. So we need to add like some sort of opportunity cost to it. You know, it needs a negative drawback mechanic. Like Risky, you get the extra damage, but then you also get a little scared, or you get a little sleepy, or you get a little confused. Like, we've even seen that with the stun cards now, which I think is really cool. Where okay, I'm gonna chomp, I'm gonna stun you, but then I also get stunned. I remember Axie Classic where stun felt pretty damn like powerful.
Yeah.
It could just completely shut you down in 1v1s where you had no option and there was no opportunity cost. But now, yes, stuns are really powerful when you use them, but you have to be a little more strategic and think about it. Just like the shrimp card. I actually really like that, yes, you can use taunt aggressively, but then it has that opportunity cost of, oh god, do I want to use taunt on myself? But to me, those are really, really good mechanics that make for fun game theory. Oh, looks like we're ready to load in. Make for fun game theory and give you just a lot to think about as a player.
Yeah. Yeah, stun is always going to be controversial, I think, in the game, no matter how we look at it. Wow.
So Ace really switches it up. Ace. Yeah, we've got Energy Guru, so a different rune. Attack cards also deal 6 damage per energy cost to all enemies. Attack cards also deal 6 damage per energy cost to all enemies. So it just adds a little bit of extra AoE damage to pretty much everything that you do. In the back, we've got Reckless Hunter. You deal 20% more damage, but you also take 10% more damage. So this is a classic glass cannon kind of card. Yeah, or a great rune. Ryan's still using the Shield Leecher and then also has the Tough Strike on the back too. So excited to see how this works for Ace. Reminder, Ryan is leading 1-0 in this final best of 3 here. Okay,
I like double eggshell for Ace.
Yep. As we talked about, the taunt juggling is great. And we saw the Energy Guru there, all those extra 6s. It almost feels a little bit like poison you can't cleanse. You know what I mean, Nix? Like, it's just AoE damage that kind of ticks you down as you naturally play the game and do damage with your midliner. It's kind of a cool concept for a rune. Makes me want to experiment with it. It is not one that I've actually played any arena matches with. I also haven't really used Reckless Hunter. I kind of want to try that on my my Nutcracker Little Owl backliner. That seems pretty dirty. Percentages, like, because you get plus base damage and then it's increased by 20%. So that actually is very strong in terms of scaling into the late game. My brain is spinning with mechanics right now, Nix. I just want to get into the arena.
Yeah, what if you, in the weekend, you grind all the way to the top 5,000?
Yeah, on Monday when Jiho was like, hey, where's that AxiCon spreadsheet? I'm going to be sorry, bro, but I'm almost Challenger, so it was worth it, I promise.
So, from the chat, they're saying that Energy Guru Rune is actually the best answer to Mavis.
Oh.
Like, it's a direct count. It's a counter to the summons, they're saying.
No, that makes perfect sense. It's a really easy counter, too. You don't have to go out of your way. Some good damage from the back line there. This is a double Nutcracker, I think. Yes, it is. So I really like, this is kind of what I'm using in my lineup, this hybrid beast bird thing where it's like Nutcrackers, little owls with the eggshell and then some damage. I think having the chubby mixed in there is really nice too, just in case you need that AoE to clear out the field. Really like that backliner.
I'm wondering so Ryan intentionally taunted. So we were talking about this, like using blackmail to taunt yourself and strategically, right? So I'm wondering if he feels like his frontliner is gonna be the one who ends the game for him. So I'm not sure if he's fully gonna sacrifice his backliner here.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. So it's a triple pigeon post for Ace, which I hadn't commented on. So this is what you mentioned where yes, sometimes the blackmails can give you some utility, but when it's 3 like this, it starts to overwhelm your hand and mess up your draws. And that's exactly what Ace is going for here.
Oh wow! So a community member said Ace just made this lineup an hour ago or something.
Okay. The guy is flowing with ideas every day. I mean, honestly, Nix, that makes perfect sense, though, right? The season just started, 48 hours ago? Less than 48 hours ago? So, of course, everybody's still grinding. Everybody's got a different lens on what could be good. A lot of, Axie combos for Origin haven't really been bred into existence en masse yet, so that also adds to some of the... Even if you have a vision, you still have to find the Axie or breed for the Axie.
Easy. So many lineups, so many possibilities.
It'll be a kill on Ace's frontliner, but Ryan pretty low on HP. This is a really intense match. More summons coming out now.
Blackmail is really annoying. Look at how it's affecting Ryan's draws now.
Yeah.
He's not getting the cards that he ideally wants.
There's that AoE. Now the Pigeon Post comes out, and now Ryan's going to be in big trouble. A 1v3. The Nutcracker deals a little bit of extra damage there. And this looks like we're headed to a game 3 here for this decider.
Nice.
Oh, just what he needed. More taunt. Yeah, blackmail. Just trying to get them out of his hand. And there it is. He'll throw in the towel. All right. Well played by Ace. That's going to take us to one final game 3 decider here, Nix. Well played.
That's exciting.
Man,
Let's see who...
Now I'm really seeing the power of the triple blackmail. That felt pretty abusive, man. I'm not going to lie.
I'm tempted to. I want to check the marketplace after this. I want to see some Axies in it.
Yeah, me too.
Ace really loves his love letters. All right, maybe Ace is in love.
Yeah, and I actually, thinking about it, I have a lot of Axies because I bred a bunch of birds and a bunch of Dawns, so I actually have a decent amount of blackmail Axies. It's also really wild to think about all these strange breeds of missed Axies that I have, or in the past you get a blackmail on a plant or something, and you're like, ugh. God, why would I ever want this? This is terrible. A tank that does damage. Now all of a sudden, Origin really opens up the door for these weird sort of amalgam Axies.
Almost every Axie has a purpose now. You could create a lineup out of any Axie.
Pretty much.
Let's see. Are they queuing now?
I don't see the match quite yet, but ready anytime our players are.
Yeah, I think Ace will be going first this time.
Cool. Now this is a really hype. Certainly a great start to the season.
Great point, Axie Cowboy. Triple blackmail is very strong, but just one is mediocre for sure.
Agreed, totally. One is where I think it's almost advantageous to your opponent because they can just kind of use the taunt, and it's like if they're lacking taunt, it gives them utility. Yeah. So it's an all or nothing. You go for triple or zero. It also feels like crafting has really improved. I think as we add more live ops and as more progression is kind of unlocked, it just feels like crafting is getting more and more rewarding as it's iterated and improved upon, I think the early iterations of crafting felt just a little bit too random for me, and now I like that we can start honing in on specialities, and it just feels a little bit less... Random's the only word I can think of. Now it feels just a bit more strategic, and I do really like that.
Sure.
So I'm bullish on the future of crafting, definitely. I think it's also easy to underestimate how hard something like crafting is to calibrate. It's so delicate, as we saw, letting people refactor their moon shards. I saw on social media there were a couple of people starting with a boatload of moon shards. It's like these are all things that we're going to calibrate. All this feedback goes into the machine to help us get to a point where all that stuff can be calibrated and we can put caps on things and make sure it's competitive but fair. It just makes me so happy to see the progress. Crafting feels so palpable. It's improving very quickly.
feel like it's just gonna get better even in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool
Right.
addition. It really reminds me, like, to me, runes feel kind of like the addition of talents in Dota. You know, where Dota was great before that. You had spells, you had items, you had all these other things, but you add this extra layer and it just gives you that extra degree of customization or ways to build out niche builds. And runes feel very much like that for Axie. It was a great game when you just had the Axies, but now that we have this little, hey, let's take this aggressive Axie, but give him a defensive rune, and now he's super well-rounded and has these options. I just love that. I think it's really, really good for a competitive framework.
Agree, yeah. Are they starting?
Yep. Looks like we are in and waiting for that delay to catch up. So seeing some familiar faces here. Ryan with the sponge in the front, little branch in the back. And I think Ace is running these same looking Axies as well. The double pumpkin. So we will have the shield leecher versus that. And we'll get started with Ace going first. Here come the little peas. Nix, isn't it weird to remember back to when Axies used to be floating? Like, doesn't it look so normal for them to be on the ground now?
Yeah.
Remember when they were just floating in space?
I thought that we just had like some Hogwarts kind of magic element to the Axies floating, but apparently not.
I mean, I remember too. Remember how controversial it was when they first put Axies on the ground when they were bobbing up and down like this? People were so mad.
I remember the first time it was like they were like on super. It was super fast. They were like bobbing. It was like 2x.
Yeah,
speed.
it was like they were dancing. They're just bopping up and down. Axies on a couple of Red Bulls. And what do we have in the back here? So we actually have a different rune that I didn't comment on for Ace. So that's Pure Power. Attack cards gain 15% class bonus. Okay. So that would be like Cactus and Sirius. Pure rune power.
It just makes his attacks hit harder.
If they're plant-based. So except Tiny Dino.
Except Tiny Dino.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Very interesting for that backliner. Both sides rocking the clovers now, and once again, seeing that counterplay. We've got the shield leecher. Okay, I'm sorry. This is vulnerable, so not the full counterplay to the shield leecher.
Not the fragile.
Yeah. And what oh, okay, it's the Giro that triggers the fragile. The eyes on that front Aqua Axie. There's the
fragile. Fragile's good now. Like back in early alpha, it was kind of a so-so card. Now you can really feel its effects because of the 40%. It's a significant amount of debuff. Yeah, sorry. Like, I just want to answer like a question here on chat. Like, someone asking if you can play Origin on mobile. For sure. Just go to. Let me link you to the actual.
Yeah, that's always easier. It's the same deal. The Apple iOS test flight it has limited spots, but yeah, if you're on any kind of Android device, absolutely, you can play Origin on mobile. And
there you go, Andy. Just
any
download there.
PC, you know, a Mac laptop or just a regular old Windows computer, of course, can run Origin on those as well.
Welcome back, Andy. Hope you're doing good. He's been away for months with the real life stuff, so welcome back. Actually, still here for you.
That's the spirit. I remember saying that to some people in the past where, you know, they were complaining about specific things and we're saying, hey, you know, maybe we're just not ready. You know, take a break, come back in a couple months, see what's going on, and maybe we'll be at the point that we're ready for whatever specific expectation it is that's going on. So that's awesome, man. Welcome back, Andy.
Yeah.
Indeed. Meanwhile, over here, Ryan is going Nectar on Ace. This backliner, very low. It is barely going to survive, but huge damage coming out of that Fury turn. And Ryan now with 3 pretty healthy Axies. Like, I don't know how Ace turns this around.
Yeah.
Big damage now coming out onto the midliner. He will find a kill there, just barely over the threshold, but still in a very tricky spot. And he got the 0 cost on the Tiny Dino.
Ryan got the rage, but he was able to pull off some attacks, but not fully maximize it. But either way, he kills the back line now. So, oh wow! All right,
Okay.
surrender. So it's Ryan.
It's Ryan, indeed. Congratulations, good sir.
Congrats, Ryan.
That was a brutal final game. I'm going to hop in the chat here and let Ryan hop in and join us. But
right.
Wow, intense, big damage. Excited to pick his brain a little bit.
All right, I'm asking Ryan to go down on the chat. That was a great series, great matchup.
Yeah, that was really a great showcase. I love seeing the diversity. You know, I know I brought that up a couple times, but super bullish on so many different types of axes feeling viable right now. So many different types of strategies. That is like one of the most basic foundational markers I look at of how are we doing? How does Axie feel right now? If on the barometer of competitive viability, how are we? And generally speaking, like the more options, the more little nuances for detail, the more viability of different comps and different strategies, kind of the better, right? It just adds more layers to the strategy and more ways for opponents to catch each other off guard. So this was a hell of a start, Nix. I'm feeling pretty. If this is how the season is starting, I'm feeling pretty good about where the season is going. But we've got Ryan with us. Ryan, congratulations. Can you hear me, bud?
Hello. I can.
Hello. Yes, indeed, dude. Congrats. That was a great showcase. How are you feeling after that series? How you feeling about season 0 of Origin?
Things around. Here we go. Here we go. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. There you go. Congratulations on the win. How you feeling about season 0 there, bud?
I'm feeling super excited about season 0. You know, I was expecting it to come a little bit after AxieCon, so getting it this early is extremely exciting and a little nerve-wracking at the same time. I wasn't expecting to have to go back into the trenches so quickly, but you know, I'm ready. I couldn't be more excited for season 0 and the full launch of the game afterwards.
Any thoughts?
I think we're right where we need to be.
Yeah, any thoughts on the budding meta right now? Anything feel like particularly strong or overpowered? Any cards like that you specifically would love to see maybe tuned up or tweaked a little bit?
So I wanna definitely take some time before I start to suggest things. Since season alpha ended, I've been mainly focusing on just taking care of everything IRL, taking care of a lot of content for both the Meditate channel and my own channel, Axie Faction on YouTube. So I haven't actually been deep in the trenches. Now that we just got a brand new balance patch, I feel like everything is changed up again. So I think it's going to take at least a couple more days to start to figure out what direction the meta is headed towards.
Yeah, no, absolutely. A very mature response, my friend, AKA I need more data. I need more time, Zyori.
Yes.
Let me dive in and experience more of these abusive comps that these competitors have come up with.
Exactly.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. Ace had me scared. I was really surprised to see him surrender because I still thought he had a chance, but apparently that midline Axie just isn't gonna stand up for him.
Yeah.
But it was a great fight. I think I may have cheated a little bit. Apparently, I wasn't supposed to use any class runes. It was supposed to be all neutral.
I see.
So I wasn't aware of that. Unfortunately, I did offer to give him the match. He turned it down. So great on him.
All right. Well, you know.
For his amazing spirit and great comps, I'm going to give him the entire prize so that he can go ahead and
that's great.
His viewership.
Good sportsmanship. No, I love it, and that's kind of what this is all about. These are just fun showcases. Give you guys a little opportunity to showcase your skills here on the mainstream. Us a way to give away some AxieCon tickets, give away some summer Axies, get people excited, and honestly, man, I just love having an excuse to chat with you guys. It's so fun to be able to watch your games and then pick your brains afterwards. I really couldn't be more excited for AxieCon because we're going to get to do this, but in real life for multiple days in a row. Like, it's going to be freaking awesome.
I know. I can't wait, man. Anytime you guys think about doing this again, I'm always down, whether you guys want me on the casting side or the player side.
Awesome. Well, glad to hear it. Ryan, thank you so much, man. Good luck on your grind. I hope you get your real life orders or affairs in order so that you've got maximum time to hit the grind, and may the challenger rank come post haste, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Zyori, and thank you, Nixtape, as well. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, buddy. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right. Cool.
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome,
that kind of
awesome,
does it for
awesome.
us today, Nix. I mean, that was amazing.
sir.
4 best of threes, 2 hours on the dot. So, like, this was perfect. I think 3 of the 4 series went to game 3. Also, we saw a
Yes.
1 HP victory turnaround. This checked every box for me. This couldn't have gone better. Thank you for putting this together, my friend, and commissioning me to do it. This was the perfect start to my Saturday. I'm ready to go grind.
Awesome. I'm excited to match up with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think so far in this season, I'm 0-3. So you're probably a few steps ahead of me. Give me a couple hours to catch up, but I gotta reshuffle my axes now that I've learned a few things from these pros.
Triple blackmail. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's do it. I gotta trade in some of these rosebuds and pick up a few more nutcrackers. But all right. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you get out of here. There's more AxiCon Classic qualifiers coming up before too long. We're in Phase 2. Phase 3 will be that final stretch, and then we'll know which players qualify for AxiCon itself.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm just going to go ahead and say, and I'm going to preface this, Nix, I'm sure visas are going to be an issue. Embassies are swamped. The world is reopening. We always knew that there was going to be some risk for AxiCon with COVID in a lot of different directions. Maybe things get worse and the world shuts down again. Maybe things open up and there's a lot of commerce. It's the latter, which is great. However, that also means embassies are pretty full. So we're really excited about these AxiCon online qualifiers. We're going to do everything we can to get the players that qualify there. For those that can't make it, we're going to keep going down the qualifiers and still have an awesome on-site experience. So hopefully y'all have been enjoying the closing chapter of Axie Classic. It's now officially shut down for SLP, and these AxiCon qualifiers are the final sprint until that last World Champion showdown, and then it's all Origin all day. So man, this is the turning point in Axie history, Nix. This is it. This is the future has arrived, man. The future is now.
Yes, sir.
We're there. Whew. Feels good.
Exciting times ahead. Times ahead. And there's going to be more matches, I think, in just 40 or 50 minutes. So stick around, guys.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Well, we'll let you get out of here. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow Axie Infinity on all socials. It's the best way to stay up to date with everything we're working on. This was the Axie Origin Season 0 showcase. I'm going to play a couple tunes here to take this out. We'll see you next time. Nix, always a pleasure.
Bye.